Ew, ew. I know it's been a while, but I just spoke with God, and I got some thoughts to share with y'all.
Oh my God.
So, due to the recent Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helene, obviously you can see Miami in the background, Florida, and Florida was just hit yesterday, mostly north of Miami. I believe Tampa got it pretty bad, and it was supposed to be a Category 5 storm. I believe it was, and it was supposed to be a very deadly and destructive hurricane. Now, the recent death toll, I believe, is 8 people, with over like 3 million people losing electricity, but 8 people died so far. Of course, they may uncover some more. And it made me think that with a lot of people reaching out before the storm, you know, whether I put up a video and a lot of people DM me, and a lot of people were just sending messages outside of that, just saying like, hey, sending you prayers, good wishes, hoping that everything goes well, hopefully that you stay safe, praying for you. And I appreciated that. I want to be very clear on that. I appreciated that. And I think it's important that we do so, because I do think that just sending out those prayers, sending out that energy, it makes a difference. So it made me think. Y'all know I'm always trying to connect dots, right? Always trying to connect some dots and make sense of things that happen in this world, especially things that don't make sense. And one of the things that has continued to not make sense to me is how unhealthy we can be, how unhealthy we are as a society, specifically Americans. Now, obviously people were worried about, you know, your health, your well-being, your safety, didn't want any harm to come to you, or the worst case, you die because you're down in a hurricane. But then I think about the decisions that we make day to day in our lives to, I say intentionally, be unhealthy. And the reason why I say intentionally is because we know exactly what we need to be healthy. We need to work out, and we need to make sure that we're putting things in our body that are going to make us our healthiest. Vitamins, minerals, fruits, vegetables, the right proteins, all of these things. We also know that as a society, we typically do not put the right things in our body, and we typically do not exercise overall. That's why we have such a problem with obesity in this country. And when you look at the causes of death, the leading causes of death, I looked it up earlier, and let me reference that. 9 out of the 10 leading causes of death is directly impacted by our health, by our overall wellness. And I'll look at those 2 factors as far as working out and eating healthy. Simple. 9 out of the 10. And the other 10 was COVID. And I think it's very clear that the healthier people that had COVID had a better shot at handling the virus in a positive way. So let me read some of the leading causes of death. Heart disease. 695,000 deaths annually. It includes conditions like coronary artery disease and heart attacks, directly impacted by working out and eating healthy, or the opposite. Cancer, 605,000 deaths per year. The most common types are lung, colorectal, breast, and prostate cancer. A lot of these can be prevented and also be cured. Some people may not believe that, but there's been studies that show that just by changing your diet, you can alleviate a lot of these cancers and even cure them based on the things that we're eating, if we're eating the right things. And we also know that with all these processed foods that we're eating, that was given to us by the cigarette companies, then they decided to get into the food industry, that they are causing a lot of these cancers, a lot of these diseases that we're dealing with. It just is what it is. COVID-19 was number 3. I already went over that as far as how the healthier we are, the better we'll be able to take care of that. And I'm sorry, the 10th one was not COVID. The 10th one was accidents, unintentional car accidents, falls. So I'm sorry. The 10 out of 10 one was actually something that did not have to do necessarily with being healthy. Chronic lower respiratory disease, stroke, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, chronic liver disease, and cirrhosis, kidney disease. 9 out of 10 of these things are directly impacted by our health, and looking at those 2 areas about working out and then eating the right things. So my question is, why don't people ask others or pray for others or whatever it is that you want to extend good wishes to, or in whatever way you want to extend those good wishes to? Why are we not directing it at holding people accountable to live healthier lives, working out more, and eating healthier? These are the leading causes of death. I just told y'all that we just had one of what was seen as this is going to be the most destructive storm in the history of our country. I heard the Tampa mayor saying that if you don't evacuate and you're in one of these zones, you're going to die. Well, if you don't eat healthy and if you don't work out, you're going to die. You're going to die early. You're literally taking years, days, whatever, months off of your life. But we never hear people saying things or holding people accountable to eating healthier, to increasing their standards, we don't hold the Food and Drug Administration to a higher standard of why are we allowing all of these ingredients in our foods when they're outlawed in other countries. McDonald's, for example, McDonald's fries, I was just watching a study where the McDonald's fries have 3 ingredients in other countries. I believe it was, I don't want to quote exactly which countries they were, but they were doing a study. Maybe I'll include the link in this post as well. But they had 3 different ingredients compared to, I think, over 10 in America. And the third ingredient that was in the other country was salt, and that was optional. So how do you have the same company that is held to having different ingredients based on the country that they're in, and it just comes down to whatever standard or whatever structures created by the Food and Drug Administration and what's allowed? But when you make the connection that the most powerful industries in our country and what they profit off of, it's us being unhealthy, right? It's us having these diseases. It's us having cancer. So therefore, Big Pharma can come in and then prescribe us these medicines that don't cure our disease, that don't cure our situation, but simply just alleviate certain symptoms of it and make us reliant on that medicine. So therefore, we have to continuously take it a lot of times for the rest of our lives if we don't make the significant changes based on working out and what we eat. And also keep in mind that Big Pharma, when they create a lot of these medicines, these jabs and all these other things, a lot of times they're studying nature. So they're studying the medicines of nature, and then they're making their own that they can package in pill form and then sell to us. My question once again, why do we not hold each other to a higher standard of being healthier if we're really concerned with each other's lives? Just like I believe it was very genuine with people reaching out to people that were in some of these areas that are going to be impacted by this hurricane. I think it was genuine and it's appreciated. But I'm just wondering, why do we not keep that same energy when we look at 9 out of the top 10 leading causes of death? If we really care about our family, if we really care about our neighbors, if we really care about our communities and our country and our globe, if we care about the people around the world. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And if we don't hold ourselves accountable and raise our own standards and hold the people accountable who are providing foods to us, and we don't even have to worry about them. Honestly, we can make sure that we're just doing our job by only purchasing certain items that are going to be the healthier items, and then those other items, they'll eventually have to take them off the shelves. It's just supply and demand, right? So when you look at it from that standpoint, yes, we can hold the Food and Drug Administration. Yes, we can blame them. However, this is on us. This is on us. We have full accountability, and we should assume the responsibility in what we put into our body and what we do with our body to make it as healthy as possible. So I just was having a lot of these questions, to where it's always when it's and I understand that the hurricane's a natural disaster, right? We can't control it. We don't know. So therefore, we may be a little bit more concerned. But I would say that's kind of opposite thinking. Like, that's backwards thinking. We care more about the things that we can't control more than the things that we directly can control. We'll reach out to send good wishes and to send positive healing, healthy energy to somebody when it comes to a natural phenomenon or environmental phenomenon that we can't control. I actually would argue that a little bit as well, but that's a whole nother video. But we don't reach out to the people and hold ourselves accountable first and foremost to the things that can directly impact how long we're going to live, our quality of life, and all of these other things that are impacted by how healthy and well we are compared to other things that are outside of our control. So I don't know if y'all feel the same, but these are just some of the thoughts that were going on in my head. You know, I'm sitting here, and as I told y'all, having this combo with God, and I just wanted to share it with y'all because at the end of the day, it's like anything else. It comes down to holding ourselves accountable. Holding ourselves accountable, raising our own standards. So therefore, the people that we have influence over and the people that we can directly impact, they'll take heed, they'll follow suit, and then want to do the same things for themselves as well. So appreciate all the people that kept people in Florida and all the other areas that were impacted in your thoughts, in their thoughts and prayers. However, let's also keep that same energy when it comes to our overall health and wellness, because that's the only way that we're going to improve a lot of different areas of our society. I would argue that a healthier people, you tell me, when you're feeling healthier, it probably impacts a lot of other areas that you wouldn't necessarily think that it would, just from a standpoint of, oh yeah, my body looks better. Your mind may be operating better. You may be more at ease. You may have less anxiety, less stress. All these things are going to make you a better person to communicate and interact with. So now you're going to be in better spirits. All these things impact how not only we treat each other, but how this world works. And that's kind of what I was leaning into as far as us not being able to control the environment and different things that happen in the environment. We're connected to the environment. So that, like I said, that's a whole different video. But these are just some of the thoughts that were on my mind. Wanted to share them with y'all, and want to challenge us all. Want to challenge us all to not only do better with our own health and wellness, but to get other people involved as well. All right, we can let's take a step outside of just challenging ourselves and feeling like, hey, it's all good as long as I'm, being healthy. Because to be totally honest, when you get other people involved, it not only holds them accountable, but it holds us accountable as well. And we can feed off of each other's positive, healthy energy. So I'm sending out positive, healing energy, health and wellness to everybody. And I really am challenging all of us to up our standards when it comes to our overall health and wellness, because it's going to make a difference. All right. I want to spend as much time, enjoyable time with my loved ones as possible. And the only way to do so is to make sure that we're all taking our health seriously. And it's just two things that we really need to focus on: working out more, and the things that we put in our body, eating healthier. All right. So with that, I'll see y'all soon. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, and we'll take it from there. Here we go.